Hi, I'm gonna make this video because they sent me a request for this sweater and I'm gonna make it. It just gave him the tutorial for it, and this is in English only that learned. I do a video in Spanish, but I hope it's understanding. But I have this instruction right here, and if you want a copy, or I can post a copy of this, all the instructions for the sweater. I will be gladly to do it. Well, we're gonna use, and we need the pattern call for using that we need some circular needle number 10, yarn number 4, but I don't, that's real thick, and I really don't like the how thick it is, but I'm using this one for a demo. I'm using number 4, but if it is for baby, it's better to use number 3 baby yarn and a smaller needle, whatever the yarn calling for. All right, I'm gonna give them a demo, and I'm making the sweater, and I'm using a circular needle. I already separated from the how do you say? I'm separating the sleeves and the body of the sweater, and as you can see, it is real big. And you're gonna need 3 buttons because you're gonna make 3 buttonholes on the side of where the instruction says, and I'm gonna need 4 ounces of each yarn, which is one is pink and the other one's white, and you can use whatever you like. Well, I'm gonna make a demo, and then the pattern call to pick up a 49 stitches, sorry, which is 49 casting on 49 stitches. And the way I cast on is like leaving a long tail cast on, and then this is the way I really casting on. It's just like I go put the needle here and cast on whatever stitches is calling for, and I'm just doing a little demo so you can see how it works, how you can cast it on. And then it says after you cast on 49 stitches, you got to work 3 rows of knit stitches. You know, knit stitches that you always use the yarn in the bottom part of your needle. So you just grab the yarn and pick it up, grab the yarn and pick it up. With the yarn on the bottom means this is knitting. Knitting, always the yarn is in the bottom. All right. So this is knitting, and this is how it's going to look like. You're going to work 3 rows like this, and they call them gather stitch, okay, which I really work 3 rows. So this is the 3 rows, and now we're going to make the increase row, which is for the for the sweater coat, because we start the sweater from the neck down. So we're going to start doing our first increase, which is you got to knit 1 and 2, knit 2, and increase in the next stitches. You have to increase on front of the stitch and on the back of the stitch. Then you knit 1, then you increase on the front and increase on the back. Knit 1, increase on the front and increase on the back. Knit 1, increase on the front and on the back. Knit 1 and increase on the front and in the back. Okay, and then you're going to end it up after you do your 3 rows of gather stitch, and you're going to do the increasing. You're going to end it up you casting on 49, you're going to end it up having 71 stitches. 71 stitches. Okay, so over here I just cast on 15, and then I hope I have all those stitches, because I really need to do all my stitches right. Make sure that you cast on the right amount. And this fourth row of the neck, because this is the neck, we're gonna do the buttonhole, which is yarn over, knit 2 together, and knit the last stitch. Then you turn your job or your work or your work, and you need all the stitches across. You need all of them. And I'm gonna use two yarns because I know you gotta see the stitches, how this stitch look like on the sweater. Um, but I use these bright colors because this is the better way, so you can see how nice it's gonna look. And after you learn the stitching how to do the sweater, you can even use one color. Doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. So let me finish this row. So this is my increasing row. This is and then the next row is only knitting all of the stitches, and this is where we're gonna start doing our stitches with the so we can see how this look like. I'm gonna use another yarn, and like I said, you're gonna need four ounces of each yarn. It's better to for you to have extra than not to have enough. And the demo I'm doing is with a straight needle, but you're gonna need a pair of straight needle and a circular needle of the same size. Okay, we're gonna start with the contrast color. I mean with a basic color because the contrast color is the blue one. Basic color we're gonna need 4 stitches, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you're gonna slip 1 stitch and you're gonna knit the next one. Slip 1 stitch, 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 knit the next one, and slip 1 stitch and knit the next one. See over here, I'm still missing one stitch because you gotta end it up with 5 stitches because you have to. I'm just gonna grab one first and put them right here, but you have to have 5 because you have to slip 1 stitch of the contrast color. You slip it, and now you knit all this, the rest of the 4 stitches, 3 and 4. Okay, you see where's the bottom hole? This is the bottom hole for the button. You gotta have, you're gonna need 3 buttons. Now we're gonna keep working with this yarn, and we're gonna need the first 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're gonna slip the first stitch, but you have to bring the yarn up. Okay, because we're gonna purl the stitches now. So we're gonna put the yarn up, slip the stitch, purl the next one, slip this one, and purl the next one. And always make sure that your yarn, when you're purling, is on top of the work. So you slip one, knit, purl one, slip one, purl one, slip one, purl one, slip one, purl one, slip one, and then knit the last 4, 3 and 4. See, this yarn you're not going to cut it off because we're going to keep using in both of the yarns for the sweater. So we're going to work another row of knitting only, but we're not going to knit the one we're slipping yet. So we're going to knit 4 and slip 1, knit 1, 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 slip 1, and knit the last 4. Okay, 3 and 4. All right, now the next row is knit 1, slip 1, knit 1. I'm sorry, knit 4. Knit 4. Now we're going to put the yarn on top because we're going to purl. So you're going to slip 1 and purl 1. And continue doing this to the end of the row. And just remembering that when you start the sweater and every edge, you have to knit always. Always have to knit back and forward. Knit the first 4 stitches and the last 4 stitches. So now we ended up on this one. We got to knit these 4 stitches because this is the edge of the sweater. Okay, the edge of the sweater. So this is how it's going to look like. Now we're going to work with the blue one, but I always put this one down and bring the blue one so we can put this one on the back, so it won't look holes or loops around the edge of the sweater. So we're gonna knit all the stitches now, even the one that you slip it, because you're gonna start using. Then this row you're gonna just like set the stitch. So because you gotta see how it looks like. And then in the next row, which is the wrong side row, we're gonna increase, because we're gonna start doing the next increase. It's four increases that we have to do for this sweater. We don't need no more increase. So just make sure that you really do the increase that you really need it for the sweater, because you're going to end up having at the end of the last increase 164 stitches. So which one you're going to divide it for the sleeves and the front and back of the sweater. Now this is the back of the sweater. We're going to do it again. We're going to knit 4. Remember, knit the first 4 and knit the last 4 always. And it says, no, not knit 4. We're going to knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to knit 5. And we're gonna increase in the next stitch. It's knit on the front and knit on the back of the stitch. Then you knit 1, knit on the front, knit on the back of the stitch. Knit 1 and knit on the front, knit on the back of the stitch. Knit 1, knit on the front and knit on the back of the next stitch. Knit 1, knit on the front and knit on the back of the next stitch. Knit 1 and knit on the front and then on the back. Okay, now it says after you do this, let me say where it says the pattern, because I keep forgetting. I have so much thing to do. This is the second, yeah, this is the second increase. So you're gonna knit the last 5 that you find out. After you increase, and you're gonna see that you're gonna end up with 5. You have to knit those 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now you're gonna turn. And now you're gonna change again with the thread. You're gonna change your thread. You have to go up and put the working thread. You have to put it behind on the back, and then you gotta grab the new thread on top of the working thread, of the old working thread, the last one. So we're gonna knit 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna knit 4, slip 1, and we're gonna knit 2. 1 and 2. Slip 1, knit 1, and knit 2. See that? Knit, slip 1, knit 1, knit the next one, and slip. Knit 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and slip 1. Knit next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and slip the next one. Knit 1, 2 stitches more, and slip the next one. And now you ended up knitting the last 4 stitches. And this is how it's going to start looking, the yarn, the pattern of the sweater. This is how it's going to start looking. Okay, now I'm going to try to do a little bit more so you know you can do. So the first increase is with the blue one. When you start, you do 3 rows of gather stitch. Okay, the 4th row you do the increasing, and then the 5th you work only, knit the whole row, and then on the 6th row, that's when you're going to get the new thread, which is the orange, which is the main color. That's what the one that is going to show in your sweater more than the blue one. Now we're going to work the purl stitches. Now you slip 1, purl the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, slip 1 and purl the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, slip 1 and purl the next 2 stitches, and you're gonna all the way down to the end, and at the end you're gonna just knit the last 4 stitches. Okay, this is the second increase, and the second increase you gotta have 102 stitches. All right, and the second increase. And when you're gonna start increasing, or when it's time for you to increase, is always the wrong side of the work. And on the wrong side of the work means that you're going to work that, and then you're going to start with a new row with already with the stitches increase. So you're going to knit 4, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then you're gonna slip this one and knit 2. This is you have to end it up like repeating. After you do the increase, you gotta repeat two wrong rows and 2 right rows. So you have to like count or make sure that you had a piece of paper and a pen and get him and mark down where a row you are to. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we're gonna do the last one over here, and I'm gonna try to do to the fast I can because I don't like to make long videos. I hate long videos. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna slip this one with the yarn on the front of you. This is the pro stitch. Always the yarn on top of the needles. Slip 1 and purl 1 and 2. Slip 1 and purl 2 stitches. Slip 1 and 2. Now purl 2. Slip 1 and purl 1 and 2. Slip 1 and purl 1 and 2. Slip 1 and knit 4, the last 4. This is always the edge of the sweater, the knitting all the time. It doesn't matter what row you are, you gotta knit the last 4 and the first 4. This is how it's gonna look like. Now I'm gonna start with the blue one. Remember just to put the work, the yarn, the bottom, the one that you used it before on the bottom, and the one you're gonna use it to knit the on the top. Now we're gonna knit all the stitches, even the one that you slipped, because you gotta like set the stitch so it will look what you're doing. It's not gonna see if you're not gonna set the stitches, what kind of stitch you using or you doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna do it all the way down to the end. I'm gonna knit, and as long as I finish to knit, I'm gonna show you a little bit more how to increase on the third increase, I'm sorry, third increase, which is gonna you'll be ending up with 133 stitches, and then you're gonna work again the 4 more rows, and then you go do the last increase, which is 164 stitches. Now we're gonna do the increase right here. You have to knit on the third on the third increase. You gotta knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stitches. Then you do the increase 1 stitch, knit 2 stitches, 1 and 2, increase 1, which is the increase is this is the best one that I like, and then you knit 2, increase we mean is a knit on the front on the back of the stitch, then 2 more stitches, 1 and 2, increase on the front on the back of the stitch, knit 1 and 2, increase in the next stitch, which is a knit on the front and the back of the loop, knit 1 and 2, and it says, and after I knit 2, I don't know, but I guess, well, if I made a mistake, I'm sorry, but this is a demo and I really don't keep a track on it. But let's see what happens now when I do the next row, because it's gonna show. That's what you got to make sure that you're doing that you counting and you doing and you writing down what you're doing, because you're gonna lose stitches and then your work is not gonna look nice, and that really bothers so much. So now I'm gonna give you my 1, 2, 3, and 4, slip 1 and knit 3, 1, 2, 3. You see over here I didn't do the increase, so I have to leave it there because I make a mess. 1, I'll pick them up on next time. 3 and a slipped one. You see the mistake I make? That's why you got to make sure that you don't make no mistakes, because it's not going to look nice. See that? Over here I ended up having two stitches. I'm not supposed to have two stitches. It's 3 stitches that I have to have between the blue ones. So this is 3 stitches and slipped, and then 3 stitches. Okay, I'll be letting you know. I'll be doing another video and explain a little bit more about the stitches and about the next increase, and about making the sleeves, and separated the front and the back, so we can knit it together, the front and the back, on with a circular needle. Okay, thanks.